Welcome to Walks with Riley. My name is Katie, and myself along with my Australian cattle dog Riley, we go on hikes, backpacking trips, nature walks, and adventures. And in this video, I'm going to be going over the food that I am bringing and my cook system on our upcoming overnight hike. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I am just getting started, so I appreciate every single subscriber, every single thumbs up that I get, and thank you for watching. On to the fun stuff. What I have here is my food and Riley's food we're going to have one lunch, one dinner, and then breakfast the next day. And then if we are doing good and we feel like doing another night, I am bringing enough food for lunch, dinner, and breakfast if we want to do 2 full nights. So let's start with Riley's food. He is a very good eater, meaning he's not super picky. He will kind of eat whatever. He doesn't have to have the same thing every day. And even if he does have the same thing every day, he doesn't mind. So when I go to trade shows or to home and garden shows or to pet stores, a lot of times they're doing free samples of dog food. So I save those and use them, obviously, before they're expired. So I have here 4 full bags of dog food they're all different, but I would be surprised if he ate all of this food even over the course of 2 full days out on the trail. He usually will pick at it and then save it for later. So I brought extra baggies to save his food if he wants to have like an afternoon snack or anything like that. Speaking of snacks for him, I also have some of his chicken jerky. So this is just an all-natural chicken jerky. He can have it when I'm having lunch. He can have it at night. He can chew on it in the tent. Whatever he wants to do. If he's interested in eating at all, because I know he's going to be more interested in what's going on around him. Also, I have this couple packages of this. It's like a dog treat, basically. It's a freeze-dried beef. And I'm going to use that for him. And I'll have that like in my pocket on the trail, so that if other dogs approach and he's getting nervous or other humans come up, I can always use that as a distraction, either for the other dog or for Riley, to calm down. He's very good about that kind of thing, but I always like to have training treats on hand just because he is still in training stage. I mean, he's not even 2 yet, so. Moving on from that, so I plan on being at the trailhead at around 9 a.m. So what I am planning is lunch and dinner for that first day, with snacks, of course. So for lunch, when I find a good stopping point, I have a knorr pasta side, urban butter, and you just mix boiling water with that. I'll also have probably some peanut butter if I feel like it, and I'm going to bring a Spam single, which I will probably cut up and put into the pasta side. Snacks during the day to carry in my pack or in my pocket are going to be M&Ms and Snickers. And then once I get to my campsite, I am going to have a dinner of this oatmeals. Oatmeals are kind of heavy, but the nice thing about them is that you don't actually have to boil water. You can put just regular filtered water into the bottom of this, and then what it does is there's like a chemical packet in there, so it's a self-heating meal. So even if it's creek water that's not filtered, you're not actually touching the food with it. So you can put it in there and it'll ignite the chemical reaction so that you have a meal. It is heavy, like I said, but when I am done hiking, like 10, 12 miles and I'm exhausted and I don't feel like turning on my stove, it's really nice and it tastes really good. And again, something I get, whenever I got fast food Skyline last, they gave me the chili crackers. And so I'm going to take these and I'm going to put those in my pasta visual. And then I'll have, a little bit of crunch in there. And then for dessert, I'll probably finish up either one of these snacks, whatever is left. So day 2, I've got my breakfast, which is going to be oatmeal and some chocolate, hazelnut really, and almond butter. And I usually will make my oatmeal and I'll just squeeze that peanut butter into it. It's really good. Snacks throughout the day then, I'm going to have the Fuji crisps, which is like a dried apple. And then I have a Snickers and an M&M's. For lunch, if I decide to stop, I've got some Spam. I'll have more snacks. I've got beef jerky as well. And then anything, maybe if I didn't finish from the night before. If I decide to stay another night and I want to do dinner, I do have a Mountain House mac and cheese. The only thing about this is that it's a huge serving. Like, I might even have that for lunch just because it's a big bag. I normally get the single serving one, but this is like a 3-person serving. So plenty in there. And then like I said, if we decide to stay for a whole another day, I have myself breakfast of more oatmeal, almond butter. And then I have 2 packages of tea and sweeteners in case I want to do like a hot tea in the morning with breakfast. In my mess kit, I have my food bowl for Riley. I have a cup for myself in case I want to make tea. And I have my Tokes spoon. Oh, it's a very lightweight titanium spoon. My husband was like, "Why am I buying you a spoon for $10?" But it's amazing. Because this is what I need when I'm having my Mountain House meal or my O meals. This is the type of spoon you need. I don't want to get my fingers all goopy and not be able to wash them because I'm out in the wild. Awesome, awesome item. My bear rope, which is just a fluorescent orange rope that I have some carabiners on, and somehow I make that work. Where I'm going to be hiking for this trip with Riley, bears are absolutely not a concern, but in my opinion, rodents always are. So I will hang my food bag and make sure that there is nothing that smells good in my pack at the end of the night, just because of rodents. Also in my mess kit that I usually always have, Tums and some caffeine tabs. So it's supposed to be like worth like a half a cup of coffee or something like that. I have the tea, which I'll have, in the morning, but if I start getting like a caffeine crash, I can pop in one of those. The other thing is, again, something that like we ordered Friday's delivery meal, and they give you these free wet naps. So like it's a pre-moistened towelette. So these are in my mess kit. They weigh almost nothing, and I can use them to clean up. I can either clean up my bowl, or I can clean my hands, whatever I want. So what do I do for boiling water? Let's take a look. Mallow Me is my cookware mess kit. I got this on Amazon. Probably, I don't know that this is a name brand or anything, but it comes with a lot of stuff, but I take it all out just to customize the kit. Take it out to customize the kit to my needs. So lid, water pot with a handle, because I'm always afraid of burning myself. I have my MSR burner and my fuel, Bic lighter. This is like so that I can maybe set this on it or have to pick it up with this. I'm just afraid of burning myself, so I take extra precaution, probably more than others. And that is my mess kit. If I do oatmeal, I will probably use the cup, even though it's going to make the cup really messy and I'll have to clean it out. But I don't want to put the oatmeal in here because this is harder to clean. So that is my mess kit and my fuel source. And moving on, we're going to talk just very briefly about the water filtration that I'm going to use. Lastly, here is my water system. I have blue bag for water. So I have a Sawyer, it's a normal size Sawyer. I have one Sawyer bag here. I have my knock bag because it's really hard to get water into either these or into the top of the smart water bottles. It's really hard, like when you're in a creek or something. So this is nice because it's flat and it opens up really wide. So even if it's just a trickle, I can get this to fill. So this would be my dirty water. And then I have this for clean, and I have this smart water bottle as well for clean. So obviously it's full right now of actually smart water. I have switched out the cap, so it's a full liter bottle, but I switched out the cap to put a sports cap on it. The sports cap can be used to back flush the Sawyer, which is why I did that. So you can actually screw the Sawyer directly onto the top of the smart water bottle. If you take that off and screw this on, and then drink right out of it however you want. I probably won't do it that way. I will try to only exclusively use the knock for dirty water, and then screw the Sawyer onto the knock, and then squeeze it into either my smart water bottle or into my extra container. I'm carrying an extra container mainly because I might need it for Riley. In secondary, if I'm at camp and it's a dry camp, I can fill this up before I get there so that I have plenty of water for cooking and I don't feel like I have to restrict myself. Thank you for watching Walks with Riley.